Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We are in the Eluctable Prison and we are right at the entrance, so there is a lot to explore. So let's just choose a direction, left or right? Well, we're gonna go left. Let's see what's in this direction. I'm expecting traps, so I'm gonna walk slowly whenever we get the option to. So we'll just be careful. Oh, hello. That's not a trap, that's just an enemy. Okay. Position ourselves and we'll get him on the next pass. Or... oh, also, turn that on. Or we'll just move into the corridor. I guess we'll follow him along here and then just kill him when he comes back down. Hello? Where are you? There we go. This shouldn't be difficult. It's just one minotaur. How hard could it be? Well, apparently we didn't manage to kill him completely by his turn. Magic missile. He's still alive? Oh yeah, he doesn't do any damage. Not quite. Alright. Okay. Okay. Your turn. You can't attack? Oh, you can attack. Okay, cool. There we go. That took a little bit. Right, we're going to continue maze rules. Maze rules are you choose a direction and you follow the wall. That's very simple maze rules. Also, maybe these pillars are meant to be doing something. Oh, wait a second. Look at this. Wasn't... oh, I guess it wasn't holding down tab, but there we go. Judging by the dark aura engulfing the obelisk, it is emitting a spell of crushing despair. Oh, really? I'll destroy it. Well, that was good. Wait, can we do that one to the one that was outside as well that was apparently causing us issues? I mean, I'm not really, like, that worried about them because they don't affect us. Oh, maybe there wasn't one outside. Maybe the one inside had a range which reached all the way there. Oh, I think that's what's happened. So I think this place is meant to give you a lot of debuffs, a lot of spells that are just meant to cast on you. And then you're meant to deal with them as you come in here. But because we're an Aeon and we're immune to all that kind of nonsense, we just kind of walk through here. I see. We're just like, you're trying to like change our mental state? Doesn't happen. We change your mental state. We just say, no you. And then see what they do. Nice, we did 4 dex damage. Most importantly, we got the Shadow Demon in there to find out what exactly is going on. Let's do a couple of those. Apparently I decided not to buff for the previous fight. I mean, it was pretty easy. In fact, this one is also easy. Horse. Horse, what are you doing to the dinosaur? I know it's the new, you know, animal in town, but you don't have to hurt it. Okay? Okay, we got an attack of opportunity. What? What? Okay. Chaotic evil dragon. Happy we brought along Areelu, as she's apparently a dragon killer now, but holy. Okay. So regeneration 10, unless we use cold iron on it to remove the regeneration. It's got freedom of movement, true seeing. We can remove all of this nonsense. Okay, it's actually not that bad. I was worried initially about it, but it's actually kind of okay. It's just a dragon. Yeah, it's just a dragon. We can kill that. Don't kill our own horse. Walk over here and be part of the dragon fight. Yeah, just ignore the horse. The horse is doing its own thing right now. That's fine. Ember? What'd be great is if you could just, like, slumber this guy. Yeah, that seems pretty good for just now, and then get into the room. Dino, you can now get all the way over here and attack. Very nice. We're going to move a little bit closer. I think we want to kill these guys before going for the dragon, so let's do that. Pretty good there. Alright, get into the room. Let me just have a little look. Its will and fortitude are okay. There's a potential of killing it with Phantasmal Killer, but not like a guaranteed. Let's just ice it. Nice. -4 dex is a great start. -4 dex is actually a fantastic start because it also lowers the AC to hit, which is quite nice. We're going to walk up to the dragon, then just Aeon's Bane, and then hit it. Nice. Horse is now back under our control. What did we actually dispel? True Seeing, freedom of movement. Okay. It's not bad. Is that all we got off of it? We didn't get its regeneration. I don't even know if we can dispel that one. So yeah, we did a pretty good job. Right, shoot this one. Nice. Couple of misses. It only heals 10 a turn. We're not that worried about that. Seela's weapon is actually cold iron, isn't it? Yeah, hers is actually cold iron. So this actually works out perfectly. Yeah, just attack. I mean, you have to hit for it to work. Ember's actually okay to hit this guy as well because all of her moves are electricity, which she is, like... Wait, they are all electricity, aren't they? Yeah, which is her special element, which means that they can't resist them. Oh, she has a res? Huh. I didn't even notice that. I forget where she got that from, but that's cool. I think it was one of her witch things, maybe. The other option is that we maybe try and hit this guy with a slumber. Will's only 23. I think we try a slumber. Didn't work. Oh, immune to slumber? Oh, that would probably do it, yeah. Dino, attack. Okay. Guess they Dino saw that one coming. Let's move over here and shoot.
Make your peace.
Good damage, good damage. We could hit it with another polar ray. I kind of don't want to use too many of those, and this guy doesn't seem like a threat. I think we just chill. Yeah. I don't think the dinosaur's a threat. We know what it can do. I'm going to turn that one off because we no longer need the, yeah, we no longer need to dispel it. And then we just attack. Oh, we still dispel this turn? Okay, well, that's fine then. Shoot it. That's pretty good. And kill it. And because we hit it with Seela, we got the cold iron effect and the dragon is dead. We didn't even get that much XP for the dragon. I don't think we're meant to be that afraid of it. Grab this. It didn't even drop loot. Ah, wait. Is this another route in, maybe?
Onwards.
No. Just meant to be like some random cave with a dragon in it. I'm sure there's lore behind it, but like, don't care. We killed the dragon. I see. I understand. It's one of these puzzles. We don't have the way to get into that puzzle yet. Open the door. And we continue the way that you solve mazes. You go down the left-hand side. Like, just continually down the left-hand side. Oh, hello.
Please,
shoot
allow
him.
me.
I love how she was going, please allow me. Like, yeah, I'll kill them all for you. Labyrinth, Minotaur, Divine Seer. What are you? I actually have no idea what you do. Walk in here.
With all your might.
Okay, we've got some other people in the back here. Charge. I don't really want to hit the demo dance because they're going to have a decent weapons. Yeah, just charge in here. That's fine. Chain lightning's not a good idea because they'll be immune to lightning. We could try an ice spell of some kind, but they're all going to hit us. I think you're just going to go in here and chill. Yeah, just chill out for a second. Shadow Demon's making its way from the previous fight. Now you can definitely chain lightning. Because, yeah, they can't resist that one. That's good. Oh, I just skipped the wrong person's turn. Charge. Dinosaurs attack. Or wait, is Horse still asleep? I think Horse is still asleep from the previous fight. How long is it asleep for? It's asleep for another minute. That's really funny. I could do this, which would probably stun him. Yeah. And then we'll just attack the Divine Seer. We'll never learn what it does because we don't care. Yeah. We've stunned it. Seela? That one. Wonderful, she's got 2 kills. You know what? Melee attack. Do it. Hey, she did damage. Shoot him. Okay. Well, looks like whatever you did failed, so we're going to walk in here. I'm trying to find a position that doesn't get blocked by the waterfalls or the wall. I'm currently failing. Oh, there's another stunned one in here. I'll kill it. Nice. Horse is still asleep. Attack. Oh, I didn't even realize we still had the dispel on. That's cool. Awaken the magic circle? Oh, I suppose we could. You drop anything good? Let's go newest to oldest. Braces of armor 4. So that'd be a no on the did you drop anything good scale. Writing is carved on the corpse's chest. I blame the commander of the Crusades, of the Crusaders for my death. Oh. Well, that, you know what? To be fair, that's, like, demons would probably blame us. Or she's still asleep. Yup. Okay. Do it.
I did it! It happens sometimes.
Loot. Hey, have the loot. Love loot. There we go. And then we can leave here. So that was it in that side. Horse, you awake yet? Yeah, horse is awake again. Right. And then you follow the rules of mazes. What you do is you explore all the way down one side as far as you can go. Then you come back to the last junction where you had to make a decision. And you continue following the wall, but you just go in that direction. Yes, this one's blocked off, so we continue following the left wall here. It's just that simple. Okay, this is bringing us into a room that I think we could have got to otherwise. Yeah, I think we can get to this room from that way as well. Okay. Hello. It's nice of them to let us all filter into the room first.
Struggles never cease.
Kill that one.
I refuse to accept their statement.
Nice damage. Oh, there's a mirror here as well. In fact, there's a couple of mirrors. Okay. Very good damage. One of those, one of those. Charge. Ooh, there's some people back there. We don't want to use Chain Lightning. Nenio, I think this is again a turn where you just take a step to the side and chill. Horse is against us again. I don't really know what keeps affecting the horse. What keeps turning the horse against us? Any ideas? Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Does the horse have like an item that keeps turning it against us? No, I can't even check because it's not on our team. Okay. Well, horse, would you just do your turn? There we go. Right. He just wasn't sure whose turn it was there for a second. Shoot. He shot the horse. Okay. Chain Lightning. Nice damage. Probably shouldn't have shot that one with Darren because, you know, we would have Chain Lightninged it anyway, but that's fine. Dinosaur, charge. Seela, charge. Fair enough. Firewall's not really that worrying for us. Richelieu, kill that one. Yep, then she shot our horse, which is not good. Attack. Let's see here. Could use like weird or something to get rid of them. It's very loud. I'm gonna kill you. There we go. That one's stunned. Attack. Nice. I could charge through the wall. I don't think I'm going to. Shoot. I think we're chill with the horse. Wait, what did I do? I think I pressed some buttons. Let's do this. Right. It's very loud. There's like a dispel all negative effects, isn't there? Something in here. One of these. Probably should put it on one of these ones. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Do it. guess I need to wait till the horse's turn. No. Okay, let's do this. Horse is now back under our control. Who knows what's actually affecting it here? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what keeps affecting the horse. Maybe it's one of these other things around here somewhere. Like maybe there's another pillar that keeps affecting it. I don't know why it's affecting the horse and not affecting the dinosaur, though. Also, can I get rid of this? I don't think you can get rid of things that aren't yours, right?
I'm ready to move out.
Oh. Well, that makes it much better. Cool. We'll grab that. Cloak of Resistance 6. A distorted reflection appears in this cloudy mirror only after a while. It emerges and laughs in your face. A bloody slash gapes on its throat. Alright. I will awaken the magic circle, although this one isn't a skill check. Hello. A menacing horned figure appears in the mirror's reflection. The sharp, hateful gaze pierces you, and you can almost feel your soul being turned inside out. I'm trying to get a view on it here. I see you, mortal. Is it your own folly that has driven you to my realm, or do I sense Nocticula's hand in this? Ever since war broke out between us, she has gone to ground, preferring to send her pawns to fight in her stead. You must have outlived your usefulness to her if she has sent you to sacrifice yourself in such a pointless manner. You do realize that no matter what she has promised you, she will not be coming to protect you this time. She is no match for me here in my realm. So you are completely alone. What is this place? This was once the place of my own imprisonment. Asmodeus, enraged by my attempt to steal from him, confined me here for an eternity of torment. Lamashtu has renounced me and left me to rot, but as you can see, I managed to slip away and take this little toy with me. Now the ineluctable prison is the heart of my realm in the abyss. No soul can escape from here, be it a prisoner or a slave who gave their life for me. All, from the most worthless cultist to Hep Samira, whom I killed in the mines of Kofir, remain here, for they are all mine. How did you escape from Asmodeus's prison? You would never understand, mortal. Imprisonment begins here. Baphomet presses a claw to his forehead against the burning, bleeding pentagram of Asmodeus. Once I had passed through the maze of my own mind, I tricked it by destroying the very notion of imprisonment. I created a lie where I was free and made the multiverse itself believe. What? Too complicated for you to follow? That's understandable. Even I couldn't fathom these mysteries at first. It took me years to ponder the knowledge given to me by Aresh Kagal, the Faceless Sphinx. I was asked a riddle once too. Arushli looks in the mirror, pensive, and I too would then ponder it for a long time, trying to change who I was. But Desna's riddle showed me the path of good and truth. Yours only dragged you deeper into a pit of lies and evil. Yeah, you hear that, you old goat? She escaped the abyss, and you bound yourself to it for all eternity. You stand no chance against us. What an amusing freak. A succubus turned to the path of good. I've received reports about you, Arushli. I'll take you alive. I've never had the pleasure of corrupting a repentant succubus. What do you want from me? Kneel before me, and break the oaths you've sworn to your masters, for only thus may you mitigate the punishment that awaits you. Very soon, my host will put an end to this foolish venture you call a crusade. Do you know why this place was named the Ineluctable Prison? The Prince of Darkness, Asmodeus, upon creating this maze, willed that none would ever escape its walls. Those were no mere words. It was an enchantment, a definitive, indisputable order. Many souls have perished here since. The most cunning and dexterous of thieves would come to test the magic of Asmodeus, and not one of them would make it back out. I was the only one who found a loophole in Asmodeus's decree. I did not simply find my way out of the maze. I took it back into the abyss with me, turning it into a realm of my own. What about you, mortal? What is your escape plan? What key will you use to unmake the sorceries of the ineluctable prison? How will you find your way through the tangled corridors of my labyrinth? What hope can you possibly have of matching me? Well, I mean, it puts it in there. I'll just follow the left-hand rule of getting out of mazes. You get a sneer of contempt in response. You are, ultimately, a simpleton. This is the abyss, and any rules you may know do not apply here. Whether you turn left or right, whether you press on or turn back, you will find only one thing: death. A primal scream of pain hits your ears. The walls shudder. You hear something crumble with a dull, thundering noise in the distance. The floor under your feet shifts like the undulating back of a beast rudely awakened. I take it my minions have resumed their work on the angel. To observe his agony is an exquisite delight. It feels as if I am experiencing that unbearable pain myself, and you will experience it as well. Ow. Okay, that really wasn't that much damage, mate. Okay, well, heal. Let's click it. So does that open like the next path or what? What are we doing with that? Yes, that opens the way down. We don't want to go down. But it's good to know that, that's the way forward, effectively, is what we found there. But yeah, interesting speaking to him, and he seems a lot more confident than last time. Well, he was dead last time, but you get what I'm meaning. Like, he is very self-assured that we have no chance. Now, obviously, he doesn't realize that Aeon equals OP, and we'll just destroy him, but, you know, nobody's realized that yet, so. Quick save. Well, I mean, apart from the devils did notice that, and they really didn't want us to be an Aeon. I don't know what you're doing. The cell bars are not made of metal or stone, but of durable bone that seems to grow out of the floor and walls. It is as though what you are seeing is the skeleton of a prison, with other nightmares growing onto it. Okay, can I just, like, open that door? Cool. What's in here? The prisoners were slaughtered quickly and carelessly. The guards were clearly in a hurry. Okay. So they've just been slaughtering people randomly. I guess they want to stop us rescuing them, maybe? I'm assuming it's us that they're worried about. If it's not, then we're worried. Hello? I heard the master got a nasty wound. I bet it's all Nocticula's doing. There's a reason why we're at war with her now. Anyone gonna notice us? Or was it heaven? Maybe it was that angel prisoner who struck our lord. Next.
Let's have some fun.
No, now we're fighting. Okay, it was just so we could hear the lore. It also didn't put us into turn-based mode because I wasn't in it. Horse looks to be on our side. Whatever was causing the horse to break is not happening right now. Okay. Horse is still on our side. That's fine. Chill. Shoot. Charge in. Nice damage. Do a little chain lightning. Very nice, very nice. Insane wretches at the back. Oh, and this guy's apparently friendly. Interesting. Horse, attack. Nice. So we got a mythic thing stabbing us for 120. That's a little worrying. Did it just, like, run up and explode in our face? I believe it did. Okay. Kill them.
Guide my hand. Struggles end here.
Really hoped that we would get that before it killed us. Alright, we got that one. Yeah, so that one did run up and explode as well, but that's okay. Energy drain wouldn't have even affected us had it hit. I'm going to toggle that on. And then attack. We've done some dispels there. You just chill. Shoot.
I'll make short work of this.
Attack.
To the fray.
Very nice. You just chill, horse. It doesn't get a turn.
Make your peace.
Yeah, cool. Grab that. Right, quick save. Oh, you know what we should do?
Rules are made to be broken.
One of those. Nice, quick save. And a little perception check.
I am finished.
Under the trickles of blood, you notice scratches that make up the following message. My star has 5 rays, the 6th is 1. Oh no, the 6th is I, and I bring light into your heart. Okay, so that's part of the puzzle, right? My star has 5 rays, the 6th is I, and I bring light into your heart. Okay, well that's obviously not enough to solve the puzzle yet, but it's good to know. You know what? Just because I don't think there's a way of us getting that note back without going through our messages, I'm just going to Alt-Tab quickly and open a little notepad. So, my star has 5 rays, and the 6th is I, and I bring light into your heart. Cool. Now I actually have the message saved. We can come back to that. Right. I mean, I'm going to let the... Can we talk? No. Alright, I'll just let you go. Alright, we're fighting. Probably should have saw that one coming. Yeah, that one. Get in there and attack. Shoot him. Nice explosions. Get in there. I bet the dinosaur is probably blocking the door. Horses turned against us for whatever reason. Best known to horses. Just chill. Can you get in there? No. Okay, that's fine. Right, attack it. Shoot it. I really would have liked you to have shot the enemy rather than our horse, but whatever. Go out of turn-based mode. So what's that will save against? We kind of saw that. Obelisk of Crushing Despair aura? Yeah, okay. There we go, we're cool. What's it... Like, what is it actually failing on? Is this one of these? No. 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 Okay. Who knows? Maybe it's the fact that the horse is vulnerable to energy means it can be hit with an ability that the rest of us can't be hit with. That's about my best guess. Anyway, wall. Half plate. It is the Grenadier's half plate. Immunity against bombs. Not useful 99% of the time. Very useful 1% of the time. Okay. Oh. Okay. I did see there was a special scroll in there. A scroll covered in Arisian writings. According to legend, a powerful priestess of Wadjet by the name of Ekri crafted this scroll so that it could be used in the hour when Wadjet's twin, the Dark Serpent, Apet, would march his armies upon Golarion so that the Champions of Light could stand against him. The spell inscribed on the scroll was supposed to deprive Apep's spellcasters of their magic. However, the great battle never happened, or has not happened yet, and the ability to read the ciphers of Wadjet's cult has become so rare so rare that the value of this scroll now holds is more archaeological than practical. Okay, so I'm guessing that we can do something with that back at the Crusade table. That's my guess for that one. I don't know. Or we're about to be attacked by, you know, the enemy on that scroll was made for, and then we're gonna, you know, use it. One or the other. Right, along here. Oh, yeah, I just kind of walked directly into this one. Also, I can't help but notice there's nothing here. I'll get to why I think that's quite funny in a bit. But let's just charge in. Attack. Shoot it. Good damage.
I will see to your demise.
All of that's fine. Well, I think you deserve a polar ray. Nice. Shadow Demon exists again. Charge. We saved our reflex throw against adhesion. You just chill. This is all fine. Attack. Oh, couldn't get in range, so it just ended the turn. Fair enough. Killed that one. Shoot. Shoot.
Precision and grace.
That's fine. Chill. Shadow Demon's going for it.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Tila killed it. Chill. This is fine. Attack. Or don't. Attack. Attack. Wonderful. Now, the reason why I think it's quite funny that this is a dead end is if we have a look at the map, if you follow the left-hand rule and go around the left-hand side, you'll see that you go directly to Baphomet's chamber. While if we went right, you just get dead end almost immediately. I just think that's quite funny. That it's kind of following some, you know, it just links in with the dialogue. Rows of cell bars stretch into the distance and disappear into the darkness, as if this prison has no end. Perhaps that is exactly the case. In any abyssal realm, everything bends to its owner's will, even space itself. I thought I heard something, but I think that's the door. Yeah, and then there's nothing else over here. Maybe down actually isn't a new area? That's my other thought here. Where are our party members? Alright, they're here. Now, with these, well, we only have one clue. But let's quick save and have a think about it. My star has 5 rays. So that one. And the 6th is I. And I bring light into your heart. That doesn't help. Yeah. We need a little bit more, I think, for that to actually be a solvable puzzle. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we can solve that right now, but I think we need just a tiny bit more. Right. So yes, this is not a new area. This is the same area expanded. If it was going into a new area, I'd assume we could solve the puzzle here. Otherwise, I'm happy to just go down. Now, there is another obelisk nearby as well. That's the thing that we need to pay attention to. Yeah, because we're all coming into range of it. Boulder spawns there. Shadow Demon? Shadow Demon? I think the Shadow Demon is Shadow Dead. Hello.
Logic is lacking.
Charge it. Shoot it.
Make short work of this.
Shoot it. Horse. Come on, man. You don't need to do anything crazy. Alright. Attack Snanio.
Surrender or else.
Yeah, kill it. Right. We got suicide horses. Or not horses, dretches. I'm not really overly worried about the damage that they're doing. I mean, continue doing what you're doing. Doesn't really bother me one way or another. Is it just the horse? I think it's just the horse that's against us right now. Horse is cool. Horse is cool. Nobody attack the horse. Okay, I think the horse gets better when we get back in range. Maybe I need to just not leave the horse. Maybe the horse is constantly under this effect, and it's only suppressed when we're nearby. It's nothing to do with anything else. That might be it. Anyway. Carry on. So, quick save. I definitely think there's an obelisk behind this door. Oh. There we go. Horse is not against us currently. I'm going to delay our turn. Where's the delay button? I'm going to end our turn, I guess. Oh, nice bombs. Yep. I see. Shoot him. Shoot him. Okay, so this is the room that you're meant to have the bomb, the anti-bomb thing for. Yeah, get in as far as you can go, but don't take an attack of opportunity. Or do, like, what do I care? Yeah, okay. There's a Divine Seer at the back. It's fine. Nenio, take a step back and just chill. I don't think we need you here. Horse, you're gonna charge. You can't charge. You're gonna go for this one. Nice. This is fine. I don't really like the number of walls, mainly because it makes a horrible noise. Get here. Cool. Stay. Charge. Okay. They're coming around to us. Shoot them. That's a lot of misses. We are being shot at. This is Darren. This way. So now that's gonna hit Areelu directly. Gonna find a way of doing this without hitting Areelu or our dinosaur. Can't do it there. How about here? Does it leave anything behind? No. Okay, cool. Hit him. I didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it was going to do. Okay. That's fine. Charge it. Can't charge it. Okay, walk in and attack.
No glory without risk.
Okay, they use blasphemy on our hex. Attack it. Okay. This is fine. This continues to be fine. Attack. Nice double attack. Take a step backwards. Nenio, what happened? Maybe she got hit by tsunami by the edge of it? I don't know. Nice, we managed to stop them doing something there. We could walk up here and do something. I'm gonna walk up here and do that. And just remove effects from some of them. This is fine. We're still immune. This is all okay. Shoot.
I will resist.
Probably should have shot the one that was visible, huh? Nice. I love the attacks of opportunity. Oh dear. Smite. Attack. Okay, never mind. Nenio, stand up. Move backwards. Cool. Horse. This one. Nice. Hey, we did manage to hit it a few times. This one. Continue chilling. What do you guys have on you? That's the only one I couldn't look at. Visibility greater? Alright, force reality. Cool. That's a good number of stuns. And then we stun that one as well. Shoot. One down. That's all we need. One down. Aaron? Gonna move this way slightly. Shoot.
Out of my sight.
This is fine. He continues to be immune to whatever they're trying to do to him. We did a small amount of damage. I think her weapon has been taken. Yeah, it's been adhesive. Okay. Kill. Nice. This is fine. This is fine. Attack that one. You're gonna continue chilling out there. Naminde is gonna move over here. And then we're gonna use Force Reality. Just to clear that off of some of them. Oh, and we did it on that guy as well. Perfect. So all of their realities have been forced. So we can now start shooting. Where are you, Areelu? There, okay. Take a little bit of damage, but this is worth it. Shoot.
Prepare yourself. Healing is what I was
Cool.
waiting for.
That one. Okay. Seela.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
At least we're doing some damage. Run in. Chill. Horse. That one. Nice. They're still stunned. Dinosaur. You're also gonna run like right in here. Cool. Kill this one. Nice. Continuing to chuck acid bombs on us. We're not really taking that much damage from them, if any. Kill.
Desna, guide my hand.
That one's almost dead. Darren can kill it this turn. Okay, this is fine. Seela, that one. Still takes their attacks of opportunity against Seela, but that's okay.
Listen to reason.
Hit him with a melee attack. This is fine. Okay. Oh, there were two minotaurs there? Oh.
Too late for apologies.
Turn that off and attack. I think we still do the spell anyway, but that's okay. Kill. Not quite, but that's fine. Kill. This is okay. Doing very small amounts of damage to us. We killed one with her melee attack, which is now freed Seela's weapon. Or like with her, just her base, saying melee. It's all melee, but like with just her fist, she managed to get a kill there. That's cool. Standing up. Yeah, we needed another wall. It was starting to sound a little bit normal here for a second, and that's obviously not okay. Attack. Okay, shoot.
Make your peace.
Nice. We're getting there. One left.
Thank you for amusing me.
Imagine not being immune to bombs during that fight. Alright, that's the wall that we just revealed. It's much less stressful over here. Here we go. Do a little heal. Fire's gone. Right, now we can loot. Yeah. It's so much more, it's so much less stressful without the sound of fire just constantly going on in the background. Right. Load of junk, load of junk, load of junk. You guys probably also have junk on you. Yup. Okay. We have a door here to an invisible loot room, I would hope. There we go. Some saving throws we had to do. Bastard sword. Howling Doom. Whenever the wielder of this +5 Furious Bastard Sword lands a killing blow, it casts Greater Shout as an 18th level wizard immediately after. That's pretty cool. Definitely not gonna use it, but it's pretty cool. That could backfire so easily. Also, it doesn't have great base damages, which means that you're basically relying on getting that killing blow. There is definitely a build in this game where you get cleave, you level it up, and give someone a weapon like that. And there was another one that Greybore had as well that did it on crits, and you basically just wander through people, exploding them, and then the exploding thing triggers another explosion, which triggers another explosion, which triggers another explosion, which, yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, there we go. Attack. Nice. Hit it.
I'll hit you.
He sounds so threatening.
I will see to your demise.
There we go. Hey, there's one of the obelisks that was causing us so many issues, I think. Right. Well, ignore the magic circle for just now. Never mind. We need it for the stairs. Hello, you're friendly? You're Baphomet? The minotaur in your path suddenly sneers and opens up his blood-red maw, and the low, mockingly cheerful voice of Baphomet comes out. I wonder when you'll finally accept your doom. You mortals are so amusing in your attempts to oppose us, the lords of the abyss. You fight, risk your necks, make sacrifices, yet we still push you back without the slightest inconvenience. Do you think anyone will remember your self-sacrifice a scant decade from now? All will forget your name and the names of those who came before you. Your Golarion will be ruled by my mighty brood, with the blood of the Lord of Beasts himself coursing through their veins. My offspring will inhabit your lands, and soon the lineage of every living soul on Golarion will be traced back to me, and every breathing body will bear my burning seal. Just at this exact moment realized we probably should have brought Wooljeff. Oh well. Areelu Vorlesh will lead my armies, and Golarion will drown in blood. See, we can ask about Ygelfis here. Ah, damn, that's a good bit of lore. Oh well. You've entrusted your armies to Areelu Vorlesh? Yes. Very bad plan. Now that Hepsimira has failed me, Areelu Vorlesh has become my new general. She has already told me everything she could discover from Nocticula, and this knowledge has been quite valuable. What's more, Areelu still serves Deskari and reports all his orders and designs to me. She has proven herself a competent spy, despite her mortal origins. You hear a chuckle in Baphomet's voice. I have exalted Areelu and made her my first slave, but do not be so quick to underestimate me. I know full well that she will betray me whenever the opportunity presents itself, but I plan to betray her first. Good plan. Okay, I've already defeated Hepzibah, your mightiest daughter. I'll handle the rest of them. You speak of Hepzibah as if hoping your words will wound me. You've killed one of my descendants, and her spectre now wanders these halls. Am I supposed to care? I could spawn hundreds, thousands more. Among them there will be those in whom my blood is stronger, and they will surpass Hepzibah. Believe me, I possess none of a father's sentimentality, for I am not a father to them, but their creator and their god. Noble families are like a nest of vipers, where every relative is either a useful resource or a dangerous rival. I'm quite familiar with the relationships that surround the lords of humankind. I suppose things are more or less the same with demon lords. I met another one of your daughters, Horzala. Horzala bet everything and lost. I'm also now thinking, well, now that I know this is here, then Greybor would have had some lore. I'm trying to think who we should have taken out. Probably Ember and Seela would have given us a better party for this, although Seela did get to do her, yeah, you tell him, Arushale, bit, but you know what I mean, like, I'm trying to work out, maybe Darren, although he just had to line there. I don't know, maybe everyone's going to have lines anyway, so it doesn't matter. Horzala bet everything and lost. She invoked my name when she was on the brink of defeat, but I did not answer. Why would I? I'm not in the habit of playing favorites among my offspring. They must earn their place by tearing their competition to shreds. The weak must be weeded out to keep them blood strong. Horzala was stronger in a fight, but Hepzibah was more cunning and vicious, which is why she prevailed. Why should I nourish the shoots of the weaker branch when I can give all my attention to the one that's stronger? Tell me about your offspring, Ygelfis. You know of him. That is a surprise. Is it? Because I'm fairly certain you spoke to Woljif back in the Abyss about this. Maybe you forgot. Anyway. Hepzibah tried so hard to strike his name from the memory of the Abyss itself. Ygelfis was always crafty and able, but he lacked zeal and ire. I valued his shrewd mind and his uncanny ability to lie. I found it regrettable when Hepzibah disposed of him. I didn't interfere, of course. My children must fight among themselves. Only then can the strongest be revealed. Are you going to brand all your servants, or was Manago just lucky? I place various seals upon my slaves. There are those that grant power, those that bring delight, and those that inflict pain, and those that simply mark their bodies as mine. Manago failed me, and I encouraged her to correct her mistake. The seals tormented her every breath, draining her strength, and only by destroying you could she be free of them. Unfortunately for her, she failed. Stop cowering behind your minions. Are they, my seed and my spawn, my faithful worshippers, not part of me? Do they even consider themselves separate from their master? You cling to the notion of individuality without realizing that your own self does not exist. You are but an instrument that has been grasped by several hands at once, and your destiny, your actions, and even your thoughts are theirs to control. You don't understand? Well, no matter, you will. As you wander the darkness of my labyrinth for an eternity, you will give up the illusion of selfhood. How will you know who you are then? Definitely sidestepped. I'll try to remember that one. Let's say a creditor walks up to you and asks you for the money you owe, and you respond, well, you see, the notion of individuality is a delusion. Money is a figment of society. Reality is not real, especially in Abadius, so I shan't be paying. recall the unholy texts of demon worshippers? Like you, I'll stop being a prisoner and become a monster. Baphomet lapses into silence and studies you. You don't even realize how alike we are, mortal. Know that, just as I once was, you will be betrayed by your own patroness. It's time for you to die. The Minotaur's body begins to swell and alter. Baphomet is pouring a generous dose of his power into it. You seek to battle me? I will sacrifice the body of one of my faithful to show you a fraction of my true might.
We will be victorious.
Okay. Baphomet is chosen. Oh, he's not even that strong. Like, I don't know, blast him. Cool. Shadow Demon. We will then start tapping on abilities and charge. Yeah, this guy's gonna die, no problem. Shoot him. I mean, if we actually hit, that is a big part of it. He has more health than the average, but you know, that's fine. Storm bolts will hit. Oh. Oh, it's because she's on the stairs, maybe? She's one step up on the stairs, therefore the AoE didn't hit, I think. That's very annoying. Nice crit. Just a random crit there.
The light, take you.
Oh, and we stunned it. Okay. Well, now it's dead. Yeah, no chance.
Precision.
Yeah, it's dead.
Prepare yourself.
I mean, it didn't have much of a chance before. Oh, it does have a last-ditch one. Oh, and there's another puzzle. Huh. Hello? Doesn't exist yet? What's happening? I'm just gonna wait till it exists. There we go. You know what? Everybody attack. Nice. Is it dead? There's no enemies, game? There's no enemies? You wanna... There you go. Alright, now it's dead. Alright, there's another puzzle. That's interesting. The fact that there's another puzzle here implies that the puzzle upstairs could be self-contained within that phrase that we saw. If it is, though,
let us be off.
I don't know what we're going to do about it. Anyway, obelisk down. So, my star has 5 rays and the 6th is I.
Let's move.
An eye burn into your heart. The 6th could be 1. Maybe. Like, I could be 1 here. That's just a theory. Yeah, see, there's another aura there that hits us. Interesting. Right. My star has 6 rays, and the 6th is I. Well, I've quick saved. I'm going to do it again. Let's try this. I mean, what's the worst that happens? We reload. So, my star has 5 rays, so that one. The 6th is I. Ow. Okay, so that was the wrong answer. Let me think about this again. Let me have a look at the thing. Maybe there's an easier answer. I just need to have a look at the symbols again. So none of these are a star. That was my first thought, was maybe these are a star. So it's a pentagram. Star has 5 rays. The 6th is I. And I brings light into your heart. Do you think one of these stands for light and one of these stands for heart? So it's 5, 6, 1, 3, 4 or something like that? Because that could be like a torch, maybe? Alright. I'm going to try one more one, and then we might come back to this later. Well, I'm going to try the other solution, which is 56141. Sorry, 56143. That was also wrong. Fair enough. Fair enough. I wonder if that's all you need for the puzzle. It seems like there should be more. Also, I'm not entirely sure what the puzzle is going to open here. Do we have a door or something for the puzzle to open? Yeah, I suppose if it opened a door here, that would have let us into this section. Yeah, I was just looking behind. Maybe we can see something. Ah, well, it's obviously that room it lets you into. Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we could do here. Sixth is I, and I bring... You know what? You are going to take just a second. Where is the... No. Okay. I thought if I stared at the walls, we might get something out of that. Nope. Nothing. Although there are 4 bones at the back. There are 4 bones at the back of every one of those. Okay.
Let us be off.
I'm still thinking about it. 5 rays. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one does have 5 rays, no matter which way you swing it. I was trying to think if there was another definition. 5 rays, 6th is I, and I bring light into your heart. Did this one usually... Yeah, there was one that you didn't press usually, right? So my star has 5 rays. The 6th is I, and I bring light. I mean, 5 rays has to be right to start with, right? So my star has 5 rays. The 6th is I. Instead of saying I is 1, and I bring light into your heart. Nope. Absolutely wrong. 100% just do not get the puzzle. There must be like another line, right? There must be another line to this puzzle, because right now, this means nothing to me. This means absolutely nothing to me. I mean, I obviously get that it has a number 5 and a number 6, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I think that this, I was going to say it was time to end the episode, but I'm like, is there anything in here? Anything in here? Anything in here? Anything around here? Any other clues? Any other clues? No. Okay. Now I think it is time to end the episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.